Hey guys, what is up? We're finally here. Football is here. The Eagles are here. Detroit Lions are here. And just welcome my guy, Everything King. He was on here before talking about Sixers and the Pistons, but now we got to talk about Eagles and Lions. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, ready to get into it. Appreciate you for inviting me to the show.
Yeah, man, it's always good just talking with you. I mean, I learned a lot from you last time, so let's just get right into this, man. And real quick, who's your favorite Detroit Lions player of all time and right now?
My favorite player of all time is Barry Sanders, but then I got Herman Moore coming in at a close second because I played receiver growing up, and he was one of the reasons why I started playing football. But now my favorite player on the Lions right now. It's between Rodriguez and Jamal Williams, man. The personalities are just unmatched.
Right. I thought you were going to say like DeAndre Swift.
That's the easy answer.
Right. I mean, for my favorite player, it's got to be Megatron. I mean, it's just like that's my era. So it's just like letting him go. I'm like, oh my God. Like he just retired. Like, what was going through your mind when that happened with like Megatron and stuff?
Well, obviously, frustration, man, because I lived through both eras where Barry left, when he was only 30, and now Calvin Johnson leaves his career early because he simply cannot, take the losing. The consistent losing that was going on, man, it wears on him. His body was worn down, so it was kind of tough. I wasn't mad at him. I totally understood the situation. I was more mad at the franchise at the time. Different page today, but at that time, I was really upset with the franchise.
Right. I mean, can you imagine if he was still with you guys for a longer period of time and didn't retire? He would be one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Like I said, the Lions now finally have a run game. They now have an offensive line. They're now building things correctly, once we move on from a Calvin Johnson and then eventually a Matthew Stafford. So, but I'm enjoying what they're doing right now.
Yeah. And actually, we all do fantasy football. I guess you do as well. So which fantasy players should people look out for from the Detroit? DeAndre Swift is probably the first one.
Yeah, that's the first and foremost right there. DeAndre Swift, I expect a big season out of him. He is ready to break out. The only thing with him is health. He has to stay healthy. Another player I would say watch out for is TJ Hawkinson. I think, with the new coordinator, Ben Johnson, I think they're going to use tight ends this season. So TJ Hawkinson, with them having and adding receivers and more threats out there, he's not getting those double teams. They're not planning to stop Hawkinson as much because they have more things to deal with on that offense.
Yeah, so Timothy here says, hey, sir, Lions still rebuilding. They have some really good players, but on the defense, it's still suspect. You agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, until we watch the defense this season, I mean, let's just be honest. Last season, when we was out there with some undrafted guys, they played tough. We seen them, go out and scare the hell out of some really, really good teams, man. But yeah, we're in a rebuild situation. We still got some pieces to add. I mean, that's just the reality of it. We got the offensive side of the ball pretty much sold up. It's time to start working on that defense a little bit more.
And actually, I want to hear your opinion on this and from other Lions fans. How did it feel being on Hard Knocks for the Detroit Lions? Was that like a distraction in a way, or was that just like fun?
Absolutely not. It was perfect. It was the most perfect time that you could do Hard Knocks here in Detroit, because what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is creating here in Detroit, to have the camera and see, where they're building this culture at with these young players, because we're one of the youngest teams in the NFL right now. So it was a perfect time. You don't want them in your business when you're out there trying to win playoff games and competing for Super Bowls. But right now in a rebuild situation, that's where you want to put a team on Hard Knocks, so you can see what the GM is trying to do, trying to build these guys, cutting guys, drafting guys, whatever it may be. So it was a perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could experience that with the Eagles. Probably not for like a while, but I want to experience that once for my team. So, actually, I think I told you this. I'm a diehard Michigan fan, so I'm like a Michigan football, basketball, everything. So, yeah, I love it, man. I started watching because of what's that quarterback's name? Denard Robinson.
Yeah, man.
I started because of him, and I just love this game in Detroit. So, how do you feel about Aiden Hutchinson against the Eagles' offensive line?
Man, I expect Aiden to come out and definitely make a statement. Just watching them throughout camp, I participated and went through camp, the entire camp. So I was out there watching them go through those reps against Penei Sewell, Jonah Jackson, and some of those guys. So watching Hutchinson, especially seeing him in preseason, I think he's definitely going to make some noise as a rookie. He's going to be hard to deal with because, like I said, the Detroit Lions defensive line did add some more, and they got some guys coming back healthy, so that helps.
Mm-hmm. And actually, this kind of bothers me a little bit. People are saying he's overrated because of the whole Ojabo thing. How do you feel about that? Is he overrated? Because I
Those
think
people, they don't watch Big Ten football. Let's just to be honest about it. Along with my brothers over at We Three Kings, my podcast channel, we cover Michigan. We watch every single game. We just went to the Michigan game versus Colorado State. So, those type of people, those are casuals. Those are casuals saying that type of thing, because if you watch this last season with Aiden Hutchinson, there's no way possible that you're going to say he's overrated.
Yeah, I mean, people are just like shutting him down, and just like these people they claim to watch college football, and I'm like, I mean, Ojabo did help him. Let's give him credit there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say help. I say they fed off each other. I say they fed off each other, because just as much as Ojabo was able to do what he did, it helped Hutchinson, but also Hutchinson helped Ojabo. So, like you said, that defensive unit was together out there. So I don't want to say Ojabo helped Hutchinson do what he was doing. This guy, if that was true, he would have been struggling in training camp and in preseason against some of those top linemen that we have on our offensive line. Obviously, that really didn't happen. So I don't think it's a fluke. If anything is a fluke, it probably was Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah. Right. Now, people are just sending me videos showing me proof how Aiden Hutchinson is like overrated and stuff like this. I got to send you these videos because to me, they're just laughable.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, you're always going to have those type of people, man. They just, a hater's going to hate. That's just what they're going to do, man.
Right. So we got to talk about, the Eagles quarterback here, because, a lot of hype. So give me your thoughts about Jaylen Hurts and what
Jaylen Hurts.
Yeah.
When he came out in the draft. Listen, Mitch, when he came out in the draft, man, I wanted the Lions to draft him so bad. Yes, I wanted Jaylen Hurts, and people on Twitter were laughing at me. They were laughing at me, and it hasn't been as funny over these last couple of years. So, yeah, man, I am definitely a Jaylen Hurts fan. Like I said, I just hope they protect him a little bit better for you guys. Not against us,
right?
Protect him a little bit better. But yeah, man, Jaylen, I'm looking forward to see him, this season, see what steps he took forward, except the first game. But yeah, I like Jaylen, man. I wanted Jaylen Hurts here in a Lions uniform.
Well, yeah, he was going to learn under Matthew Stafford. So
yeah, see, that's the way good teams do it. You have that quarterback there, and then you bring a young guy in and raise him behind him.
Yeah, so for me with Jaylen Hurts, I'm not like these other Eagles fans who claim he's going to be MVP this year, take 5,000 combined yards. I'm not like that. For me, I see it right down the middle. So he has some stuff to work on.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like I want to see him do well. People think I hate on him, which is hilarious. But it's just like at the end of the day, that's my quarterback. I just want to see him do good. It's just like funny.
As you should. As you should. Like I said, for me, I'm a critic myself of our starting quarterback at times.
Yeah.
Even though this season, I think Jared Goff is definitely going to take a step forward, a really good step forward from what I've seen. He's been very sharp and very confident with these new receivers and his offense. But I was very critical of Jared Goff when we got Jared Goff because I watched Jared Goff with the Rams. And I knew what the Rams needed, and they needed that quarterback to take the next step. And obviously, you see when Matthew Stafford went there and won the Super Bowl, what they needed. So I just want him to be confident and put that ball down the field and put pressure on some defenses, man.
Yeah. Now, if you had a chance to pick Hurts or Goff, you would have taken Hurts.
If it was draft situation, obviously I got to take Goff. I mean, Goff was definitely ranked higher during the time. But like I said, this season is going to be very important for the two of them, for the both of them. So with Goff, this is statement season. It's no excuses. You got receivers, you got tight ends, you got a running back. You have running backs, you have the offensive line. So there's no excuses out there. He can only be as good as he wants to be this season. So, and with Jaylen Hurts, man, like I said, I'm looking forward to him to take a big step this season. He has some things to clean up, so it's time to see some results. So for both of them, it's go time.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So you mentioned the running backs. We were a running back by committee. How do you feel about going up against the running backs because you're allowed 135 rushing per game?
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, man. With these new guys that we do have with what we added to the linebacker core, hopefully we can hold up, at least do a decent job with the running backs. Don't let them run wild on us. But I'm gonna be realistic. It's still something that we need to address, and it's something I haven't seen yet. So I don't want to speak hypothetically, So I need to see it.
Yeah, I mean, for the running back committee, the head of it was Jaylen Hurts this past year. I mean, he had the most rushing yards. Do I see him getting the most rushing yards? No. I see probably Miles Sanders if he could stay healthy, or Kenneth Gainwell stepping up. But for me, we're a run-based team. People are saying we're going to throw the ball more, but honestly, here, come on, Jaylen Hurts.
The type of team y'all are a run. You're a running team that sets up the passing. You know what I'm saying? You're run first, then that sets up the passing. So, yeah, Miles Sanders is extremely important. He has to stay healthy. He got to stay healthy, man, for the Eagles to take the next step. What are you guys, 9-8 last season? So, yeah, if they want to take another step forward, man, he has to be available. And it's the same for the Lions. DeAndre Swift has to be available. You can pretty much say that for any team right now in the NFL, from your Jonathan Taylors to your Cam Akers to everybody, man. Running backs, you got to have a deep backfield when it comes to running backs, man, because, like I said, they're just not as durable today as they used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, we got to talk about the weapons here that the Eagles got. I mean, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Watkins, and Goddard. How do you stop that?
Man, I don't know. Like I said, we got a defense full of young guys and rookies. You know what I'm saying? So we got a few veterans here and there, but we're not there yet. So it all depends on how much heart they come to play with. Because, like I said, we went out there with guys that were undrafted last season, and we were giving the LA Rams hell. So we scared the hell out of Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. We gave Lamar Jackson hell last season. We should have won that game. We lost by a field goal. So, like I said, it depends on what Aaron Glenn dials up and what he can get out of these guys.
Yeah. I mean, just getting A.J. Brown in the draft, I mean, that changed everything. People thought we weren't going to get him. We were going to draft like a Drake London or some sort. But it's just like, we got A.J. Brown. We got to grab it, right? It's just like incredible. It's just like, it's amazing how much one player can make a difference. Truly is. So, we were talking about Jared Goff. How do you feel about him going up against the Eagles' defensive line? Jordan Davis and all those guys.
I'm not really too worried about the protection. We are down a lineman in Vitae. But like I said, we got multiple guys that should be Pro Bowlers this season on the offensive line, and Sewell, Ragnow, possibly Taylor Decker. So I'm looking forward to those guys to band together, man. They had a opportunity to be out there a lot together over this process. So staying healthy is the key for our offensive line. If we can go out there and not cause penalties, man, to protect Jared Goff decently, that helps everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if only our defensive coordinator can use him right. I mean, Jonathan Gannon is the huge question mark. I mean, we got all these pieces. If he doesn't use these pieces right, he's got to go. I mean, look at all these players we got here. I mean, that's the only thing that's worried me about this defense.
Yeah, we suffered through the same thing, going through the Matt Patricia era.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson barely got the football at times. Until last season we were a little bit more naked because Brad Holmes they came in and did some cleaning. But during that Matt Patricia era, I was just unpleased with the offense that they was running. So Ben Johnson's been doing pretty good so far for what I've seen. So I'm looking forward to see what he got.
Mm-hmm. So I hate talking about these guys because Georgia defeated Michigan very bad, so I'm still kind of pissed off about it. But it's like, how do you feel about Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean facing them again?
So here's the situation, man. In our draft, we did a live draft on my podcast channel, and I just knew we were going to get Nakobe Dean. He was available for us to get, but we went the other direction. We ended up with a guy in Josh Pascal, who hasn't even touched the field right now. So we needed linebacker help desperately. And if we would have had a Nakobe Dean and a Malcolm Rodriguez, that would have been nice. But seeing him and Jordan Davis is just like, it's same old, man. They feed off each other. Jordan Davis is an absolute monster. He's a freak. He's a freak, man. So, it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough dealing with that defense. Those young guys, they're ready to go. So we'll see what we dial up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad I have him on my team. I don't have to face him again because that was just bad. I was on a live stream. I was having a meltdown. I was so bad. But are you worried about the Lions offensive line? 3 guys injured, not playing. Ragnar, Big V, and Tommy Creamer.
Yeah. Ragnar is going to play. Ragnar is fine. Big V is out for at least 4 games. They're going to evaluate him after that. Don't know fully about the Kramer situation at the time, but we do have some depth. I watched the offensive line the entire training camp, so our depth guys should be able to hold up. They should be able to hold up just fine. We got Stenberg, and like I said, we have some guys to put in those slots that should be sustainable for right now.
Yeah. So how do you feel about your wide receivers going up against our corners in secondary? Because our secondary did get better after the grab of Gardner Johnson.
Yeah, we got some guys in that receiver core finally. Amon-Ra St. Brown had one of the best second halves of the season out of all receivers, not just rookies last season. So, and then you add a guy in Chark who's a previous Pro Bowler. What I'm saying? He's healthy. He's ready to go. He's been dominant out there in training camp and preseason. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, having him, Amon-Ra St. Brown, man, Josh Reynolds, the chemistry him and Jared Goff have already. And then, like I said, you have a Hawkinson too, and you have a Swift catching the ball out the backfield. So they have the options. It's just, what are we dialing up? What are we going to use out there?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we got Bradbury from the Giants, I was like, whoa, where did that come from? I mean, that caught me off guard. Howie Roseman is really grabbing every piece that's left and right. So for me, it's just like, bro, I'll take it. It's like, that's a huge upgrade from Steven Nelson to Bradbury. And people have us getting a top 5 defense. Do I see that? Probably not. No. Like, how do you see the Eagles defense in the rankings?
I don't know, man. I don't like ranking at the beginning of the season. I really don't. Because like I said, teams have up and down seasons, man. I need to at least see about 2 or 3 games first before I can say, okay, these guys are for real. You know what I'm saying? We both added some talent to these teams. We made some moves, man. It's kind of hard for me to say, where we're going to be ranked. I mean, listen, ESPN said that ESPN ranked our offensive line in the mid-20s. I don't even understand how that happens, but they ranked our offensive line in the mid-20s. So, like I said, the rankings right now, to me, it's too early.
Yeah, I respect that because people are saying like we're top 5, we're top 1, 16-0. I'm like, I can't stand those fans. I really can't. Like, how do they come up with these and just like stick to it?
Man, I have no clue, and I feel you all too well. We've been dealing with fans, these fan bases for a while now. You know what I'm saying? So you hear some wild things out there. You hear some really wild things out there, especially the know-it-all fans, man. So, like I said, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about Hawkinson against our linebackers with Kobe Dean, Hassan Reddick, Kaiser White? I mean, our linebackers really improved. So how do you feel about that?
They got a lot to deal with. I'll say that. Not only do you have to deal with Hawkinson, like I said, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown out the slot, and you also have DeAndre Swift coming out the backfield. So, like I said, it depends who wins that battle between those coordinators. But it's not going to be easy on either side of the ball. I honestly, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it's not going to be easy for the Eagles on the offensive side of the ball because the Lions Stadium is sold out. They're selling standing room tickets right now.
Yeah, right.
It's extremely loud in there. So I can't even imagine what it's like when it's sold out. So that's gonna play a factor. So they better be ready, man, because it's gonna be loud in there.
It's gonna be insane. Like, I'm just so excited. A lot of Eagles fans are there. People are telling me that they got tickets, that they're there.
A lot of fans, period, are there, man. Hard Knocks did a hell of a job bringing more fans because, like I said, I'm getting fans, from the Rams, the Ravens I've seen, Bengals fans. I've been watching Hard Knocks. They've been commenting on my Hard Knock videos, and man, they love this team all of a sudden. And thanks to Hard Knocks for doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, Hard Knocks, just give it to the Eagles just once. I want to see it. Like, people are still saying it's a distraction and, that the Lions are going to fall over. I don't see that.
You didn't even know they was there. Because, like I said, I was there at camp, and at multiple practices. You don't even know they're there. They're usually sitting off in the background somewhere. The only time they'll come up is when you're in a huddle. They might put the microphone up there. But other than that, you don't even know they're there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So we got to talk about it in that score predictions. I mean, it's a little early to talk about score predictions if you feel that way. I mean,
we can do it. Let's just go for it, man.
Right.
I'm gonna have to take man. I'm gonna take the Lions in a close one, 27-24.
For me, it's 24-17.
Okay, all right.
I mean, people are calling me crazy. It's like, you only see us scoring 24 points, and I'm like, bro, the Lions are not a team to sleep on. I'm telling you right now, the Lions got some major players. They got Hutchinson. They got great players. People have them like 4th in the division. I've heard 2nd. So for me, it's just like I see the Lions progressing. I really do.
Yeah, I'm giving them somewhere between 7-9 or 7-10 wins. 10 wins will be absolutely amazing. That's like, that's just everything goes right. Everybody's healthy. We play well, but I'm more around that 7-9 range.
Yeah,
when it comes to the Lions. That's the next step in the rebuild to me.
I mean, last year you guys were competing. You guys were competing in every single, well, not every game, but it's like majority of the games you guys were competing.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like they're not gonna fall flat because of Hard Knocks last year. How that game went. So we also got 35-17. We got 37-27. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, it's fair. I mean, a lot of people, the last matchup is definitely going to curve a lot of predictions. So, I mean, it's fair. I mean, I would think that too if I was an Eagles fan and we beat the snot out of the Lions, you know what I'm saying, the last matchup. So I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't think the game is going to be that easy. I think it's going to be a much lower number, and I think it's going to be a nice battle.
Yeah. Hawkinson's going to be a threat. I see that. I got him in both of my leagues or one. I know I got him at least once. So it's just like Hawkinson, people are telling me he's like a top 10 tight end.
He is, man. They just got to throw him the ball. They got to throw him the ball. He comes from that university, man, in Iowa. Like I said, I watch him every summer work out with the best tight ends in the league. And they had like a little group that they do. But the Lions just couldn't go to him as much last season because our receiving core was absolutely absent. So teams were focusing on Hawkinson. So I think that changes this season.
Yeah. So we got from my podcast partner, Cool Cat Connor, 28-20 birds. That's different.
Okay. All right. I can be with hey, that's respectable. Definitely respectable.
I mean, have you gotten like any Eagles fans like telling you we're going to destroy y'all and all that stuff? You probably have, right?
No, I haven't. Surprisingly.
Wait, what?
I haven't.
I'm shocked by hearing that.
I have not. Not one single fan. I have not, man. Literally, my comment sections are filled with mostly Lions fans, but it's just been hard knocks. It's just been hard knocks, man. No prediction so far on the first game. Probably when I do my preview video, I'll probably get some then tomorrow night. But yeah.
That's just wow, not even one. I've been getting a lot of Lions fans.
Oh yeah. Listen, like I said, it's the electricity in this city is crazy. It is crazy simply because of what Brad Holmes is doing. Brad Holmes being friends with Troy Weaver, you know what I'm saying? And they're both building these things similar. We both have two of the youngest teams in both leagues. So the energy is electric with these teams right now in the city, and they're growing up together. So I can understand the Lions fan base going around they're excited.
Yeah. So, wow. It's going to be a fun game. So I just want to say thank you for coming on, everyone in the stream. I know you got some things to take care of. So where can they find you and let them know? Just give them everything.
You can find me on YouTube at Everything King. Also on YouTube at We3 Kings. It's spelled W3 Kings with a Z. We do a podcast. We talk Michigan Lions and Pistons every single Sunday. So you can find me there. You can find me on Twitter also at Everything X King and on Instagram at IM_King77.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, man. It's always fun talking sports with you. I'll be in your chat. I'll see you. Don't worry about that. And I can't wait for this game, man. No bets, right? We're not doing bets.
No. We got to collab more, man, about some Pistons and some 76ers, man.
Oh, dude, I'm down because I'm going to make a video about we can't win with Doc Rivers. So I'm going to send you that. Dude, I got a new setup. That's the first video I'm making.
Question before we go.
Yeah.
You got your fantasy league up, right?
Yeah.
Who was your first pick? Who was your top guy?
Okay, one of them was Jamar Chase. And I was with some Eagles writers, like I'm partnered with them. Yeah. I had the 7th pick, and I got Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Wow. I had the 5th pick. I got Josh Allen.
Josh Allen at 5? Oh, my God.
Yes. I don't know. I can understand how that happened. He was the highest projected player in the draft when we did the draft. And they still let me get Josh Allen. And he went off last night in that second half.
That game was insane. What's his name? Gabe Davis went off, and just Von Miller was everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, appreciate that further. Here's a link to W3 Kings. Please go subscribe. Tell them I sent you. And So you're gonna do your podcast during football?
Yeah. So the way I do it, I do my reviews after games or whatever, but we do a live show. My channel is not really podcast. It's mostly reviews. I'm out at events, I'm going to games, things like that. So I keep it separate, and I do the podcast with my brothers, man. And it's been a blast so far. So like I said, we just did the Michigan game, and we're going to be doing a lot more events.
Yeah, Michigan's got a pretty easy game this weekend. I can't wait.
I can't wait to see McCarthy tomorrow.
Whew. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But thank you all for coming. Everything King, Sixers, Pistons. That's gonna be a fun game. Only Doc Rivers, that whole deal. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you all later. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.